levels, I would say. Yes, sir.
Did it feel very strange in your mouth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. It was actually thinking like that we are talking like robots. I guess it was just feeling that way, I would say.
Because what oh, unlearning stammering is like learning a new language. So therefore, for some time, it would seem very artificial, robot-like, but just tolerate and still practice. After some time, remember when you and I were learning English when we were kids, it used to seem so problematic. We had to pay attention to grammar, we had to pay attention to syntax, सब कुछ समझना पड़ता था। इसीलिए हम कुछ ज्यादा बोलते नहीं थे, हम बोलते थे यस सर, नो सर, वेरी वेल सर, इतना बोलते थे अंग्रेजी में। लेकिन आज हम अंग्रेजी ज्यादा बोल पा रहे हैं क्योंकि हमने लगातार प्रैक्टिस करी है। इन द सेम वे, बाउंसिंग में सीम वेरी स्ट्रेंज, वेरी मैकेनिकल, but after some time you will be able to do a little bouncing like I did just now and carry on without anybody noticing anything. So keep on practicing bouncing. Bouncing, prolongation, all this will seem very strange initially, especially if it is your first time. I don't know whether you know it or not, but in Hyderabad, there is a traditional healer. He gives the guarantee of curing asthma, and lot of people go there. And you know what is his treatment? He takes a little live fish, wraps it in some herb, and puts it in your mouth. It must be tough for people that a little live fish is inside their mouth. But still, people do it because they believe it's going to cure their asthma. So, in the same way, bouncing prolongation may seem like, may seem very weird, may feel very strange in your mouth. But I will request you to persist with it because it is going to cure your sensitivity, your stammering, and your stammering mindset. Some other time I will talk about cure. I mean, we use cure word in a very different sense. We don't mean it in that normal sense. When I say cure, I mean your mindset is changed, and then you speak. Okay, so I'm going to share a document. That document has got underlined words which you have to practice on again. And this time you will practice both bouncing and prolongation on underlined words. Initially, I would say if you bounce on one word, on the first word, on the second word, try prolonging. Then bouncing, then prolongation. Alternate it. And so, who is going to give me a demonstration of prolongation? Bouncing, now you know. Now, second technique is prolongation. Who wants to give me a demo of that? है कोई ऐसा बहादुर? अच्छा, शुभम विशु ने हाथ खड़ा किया है। शुभम, चलिए बताइए शुभम।
Yeah, hi, Shubham this side. So I would like to give some demonstration of prolongation. So shall I start?
यस,
Yeah.
on your name
So
and on your city name, just two words.
okay, my and I am working in Jan Pack.
ओके, थैंक यू शुभम। लेट मी गो टू धीरज पुनिया। धीरज, आप एग्जांपल देना चाहेंगे प्रोलॉन्गेशन का अपने नाम पे?
श्योर। मेरा नाम धीरज पूनिया है।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच। तो बेसिकली पहली आवाज को, पहले सिलेबल या पहले साउंड को हम प्रोलॉन्ग कर रहे हैं। याद रखिए, यू आर स्ट्रेचिंग ओनली द फर्स्ट सिलेबल, नॉट द होल वर्ड, not the whole sentence. So it should seem something like this. My name is Satyendra. I live in Dehradun. So rest of the sentence, rest of the words I am speaking in normal speed, which is normal for me. It's only the first sound, sir, I am prolonging. My name is Satyendra. Satyendra. I'm not saying Satyendra. That is not prolongation. That is a sing-song method where you sing the whole sentence. भाई साहब मेरा नाम सत्येंद्र है। No, we are not going to use that technique. We are only stretching the first syllable of the word on which I want to prolong. So it would be like this. My name is Satyendra. 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 I live in Dehradun. So say rest of the word at the normal speed. Suppose I have to say communication. So communication is a big word. So I don't have to slow down the whole word. I simply have to stretch the initial sound, which is k. It should be like this. I work as a communication consultant.
Okay.
Communication consultant. So did you notice that rest of the word communication I am saying at the normal speed? It's only the ka I am stretching a little bit, like a rubber band. So this is what you have to aim for. अभी शुरुआत में गड़बड़ होगा, शायद आप पूरा वर्ड प्रोलॉन्ग कर दें, कोई बात नहीं, इट्स नॉट ए क्राइम, इट्स ओके। कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। लेकिन आप याद रखना कि सही टेक्निक जहां पे आपको पहुंचना है वो ये है कि यू स्ट्रेच द इनिशियल साउंड। और मैं एग्जांपल देना चाहता हूँ, जैसे मेरा नाम तुषार खंडेलवाल है। मेरा नाम तुषार खंडेलवाल है, ठीक है। तो मैंने तू को सिर्फ प्रोलॉन्ग किया क्योंकि तू जो फर्स्ट साउंड है। तो दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव टू डू। So we will go into the breakout room and we will practice prolongation and bouncing both. And believe me, when you have practiced it sometime, then you will come up with good questions. So I'm not taking any questions right now. I'll wait after this round. I'll give you time to ask questions. So सबको वो डॉक्यूमेंट खुल गया, गूगल डॉक जो मैंने भेजा है, जो लिंक दिया है? Is everybody able to
Yes.
open the Google Doc? Can see it?
Yes.
Okay. So it has got
Yes.
a Hindi section also, English section also. So you can practice in English or in Hindi. All the words which are underlined, on those words you have to use technique. So on one word bouncing, on the next word prolongation, you can try this. So I'm opening the rooms. Join your room and practice as if there is no tomorrow. जैसे आज की रात आखिरी रात है धरती पे, ऐसे प्रैक्टिस करिए पूरे जी जान से। Sumi Shubham, have you joined?
हाय सचिन जी।
हाय हारून,
मैं इस मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ।
अच्छा।
मैं इस ब्रेकआउट रूम में अकेला हूँ।
हाँ हाँ, इसीलिए
मैं
मैं आपका।
आपसे एक थैंक यू। मैं
हाँ
आपसे एक बात पूछना चाह रहा था
हाँ हाँ, जरूर।
कि कुछ अर्सा पहले हमारी फिलोसफी की क्लास चल रही थी।
हाँ हाँ
तो
हाँ।
वो अभी भी है या वो
अभी,
पोस्टपोन हो गई है कुछ दिनों के लिए?
हाँ, कुछ दिनों के लिए पोस्टपोन हुई है, तो दोबारा शुरू करेंगे उसको। तो वैसे
ओके ओके।
कैसी लगी थी आपको वो बातचीत?
जी, वो मुझे बातचीत बहुत अच्छी लगी।
हम्म,
और मैं आपसे चाहूंगा कि जिस तरह आपने
हम्म,
उपनिषद की टीचिंग्स जो है इस क्लास में डिस्कस की हैं, इसी
हम्म।
तरह अगर वेद की भी अगर टीचिंग डिस्कस करे और कोई ऐसा बंदा लेकर आए
हाँ
जिस
हाँ
तरह के ये सर थे, जो कि
हाँ
आप चाहते हैं कि दुनिया में होते हुए जो एक कॉमन मैन है और
हाँ।
वो हमें ऐसी बातें बताए समझाए, तो मैं चाहूंगा।
ओके, सो गोकुल राम, आपका अनुभव कैसा रहा?
हाँ सर।
गोकुल राम, आपने बाउंसिंग प्रोलॉन्गेशन किया?
हाँ हाँ सर, किया।
कैसा लगा?
काफी अच्छा फील हुआ सर।
झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहे?
नहीं सर।
ठीक है।
थोड़ा
अब अब इसकी
थोड़ा
प्रैक्टिस।
जोर लगा था सर, लेकिन
हाँ
बाद में वो
हाँ
बहुत अच्छा फील हुआ था सर।
हाँ, थोड़ा सा शुरू में आपको लगेगा अजीब सा, लेकिन धीरे धीरे आप यूज टू हो जाएंगे। और बात
हम्म।
का इतना इतना आराम से करेंगे कि सामने वाला जान भी नहीं पाएगा कि आपने कोई टेक्निक यूज करी है।
यस सर।
जैसे लोग लोग कई बार मेरे लिए कहते हैं कि क्या आप क्योर हो गए? मैं कहता हूँ तुम्हें क्या लगता है? वो कहते हैं हाँ, क्योर तो हो गए हो आप। मैं कहता हूँ कि नहीं, मैं अभी भी कभी कभी टेक्निक यूज करता हूँ, मगर इस आराम से कर लेता हूँ कि किसी को पता नहीं चलता कि मैंने कोई टेक्निक यूज की है। और ये
यस सर।
प्रैक्टिस से ही आता है। जब आप प्रैक्टिस करेंगे बाउंसिंग की, प्रोलॉन्गेशन की, तो एक समय ऐसा आएगा कि आप बहुत आराम से करेंगे और सामने।
और ये जो पोज वाला सर किया था ना, उसमें क्या है कि सांसें कंट्रोल हो रही थी, ऐसा लग रहा था कि ब्रीथिंग एक्सरसाइज हो रहा है।
राइट राइट राइट।
यस सर।
यथार्थ आपका क्या अनुभव रहा?
बहुत अच्छा रहा सर। काफी सारी लाइक एक बार प्रोलोंगेशन के साथ मिक्स, मतलब एक बार सिर्फ प्रोलोंगेशन के साथ, एक बार ब बाउंसिंग के साथ, फिर मिक्स मैच ऑफ दीज टू की एक वर्ड बाउंसिंग एक वर्ड प्रोलोंगेशन।
हम्म,
तो काफी अच्छा रहा विजय सर के साथ, काफी ब बातचीत की।
हम्म।
एंड इट्स ऑलवेज ग्रेट टू इन दीज मीटिंग्स।
वेरी गुड, बढ़िया। तो टेक्निक यूज करते हुए हमें थोड़ा सा मुस्कराना जरूर है, क्योंकि टेक्निक यूज करते हुए अगर आप ऐसे हो जाते हैं तो टेक्निक सही ढंग से बाहर नहीं आती, क्योंकि आप पहले डर गए हैं कि मैं कर पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा बाउंसिंग या प्रोलॉन्गेशन। सो वेन एवर यू आर यूजिंग एनी टेक्निक, यू शुड स्माइल। इनफैक्ट आई विल से, वेन एवर यू डूइंग एनीथिंग, जस्ट स्माइल, because smiling really brings out the best in you. You are relaxed, and naturally you become more capable when you are relaxed. Vidya, what was your experience? Did you practice the English one, or did you learn Hindi quickly?
Oh, no, I couldn't learn Hindi, but yeah, I did the English one.
Uh-huh.
It was really good. I mean, like in the sense, I was able to have a control over my uh, stammer. So yeah, it really helped me. Not control over the stammer, but at least I know like
Hmm.
where, yeah.
You bounced on control very well just now. When you said control, you did it very well, and that is what we need to do. There are many. I know some young people. He had to say active server pages in an interview. In a job interview, he had gone, and he was a IT programmer, and he was asked something, and in answer he had to say only three words: active server pages. But he could not say that. He said something else, and he didn't get the job, because active server pages has to be said as active server pages. And if he could
Mm.
use bouncing a little bit, if he had the courage to say active server pages, he would have got the job. But the interview,
Yeah.
but the interviewer asked him something very specific. What is this? Answer was active server pages. He couldn't say that. He didn't get the job. So that is why it's very important to practice bouncing prolongation, because day to day you may not need it. You may feel that I don't need it. But once in a while, when you need it, it could be a job interview, it could be your visa interview. And then if you cannot say that word, then there's a problem. So therefore, practice it even when you don't need it. Now, last technique is pausing. Who will explain the logic behind pausing, the method of pausing? Does anyone understand pausing? When should we pause? What is pausing all about? Okay, Harun, Harun बताइए.
यस, थैंक यू सचिन जी, आपने मुझे ये मौका फराहम किया कि मैं पॉजिंग टेक्निक के बारे में कुछ बता सकूं। पॉजिंग मेरी सबसे फेवरेट टेक्निक है और मैं अपनी एवरीडे लाइफ में पॉजिंग को बहुत ज्यादा यूज करता हूं। पॉजिंग टेक्निक में हमें हर वर्ड या हर दो वर्ड के बाद एक पॉज लेना होता है और उस दौरान हमें एक मौका मिल जाता है कि हम अपने नेक्स्ट वर्ड को अपने माइंड में फॉर्मुलेट कर लें। अगर हमें माइंड में उसको बोलने में आसानी होगी तो अपने टंग से भी, जब जबान से भी हम उसे बोलेंगे तो वो हमें आसानी से हम बोल पाएंगे। और हमें जब ब्रीदिंग की जो टेक्निक है, हम उस पॉजिंग के दरमियान जो हमें ब्रीथ करने का भी मौका मिल जाता है। तो इस तरह से हम अपनी पॉजिंग टेक्निक के थ्रू अपनी कम्युनिकेशन को बेहतर बना सकते हैं। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सो मच हारून, एकदम सही बताया आपने. सो पॉजिंग गिव्स यू a chance to take a breath. You cannot talk too long without taking a breath. And second thing is, pausing gives you a chance to reconnect eye contact with your audience, read their face, and understand whether they have understood you or not. Are you and they on the same page or not? Do you need to repeat the last sentence or not? All these things you can get by a visual feedback when you pause. And third thing is, when you are pausing, you can rephrase and reframe your next sentence. You can plan your next sentence. You can plan your strategy. Okay, I have explained this much. Now I should explain this thing. So you are able to formulate and plan your thoughts. So pausing is very important. And pausing functionally is very important because sometimes the meaning of your sentence depends on the pausing itself, nothing more. I'll give you an example. I'm going to say a complex sentence and see, if I don't pause where I am pausing, the meaning will be totally messed up. मेरे वो चाचा जी जो कानपुर में रहते हैं, उनका लड़का जो बीटेक कर रहा था, उसकी मौत हो गई. अब यहाँ पे देखो, जहां जहां मैंने पॉज किया है, दैट इज रियली हेल्पिंग यू टू अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग करेक्टली. मेरे वो चाचा जी, अगर मैं ऐसे बोलूं, मेरे वो चाचा जी जो कलकत्ता में रहते हैं, उनका लड़का जो बीटेक, उसकी मौत हो गई, कुछ समझ में नहीं आया आपको. तो इसीलिए पॉजिंग हैज गॉट ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट यूज. बट व्हाई डोंट वी पॉज? स्टैमरर जो है, दे आर इनफेमस फॉर सेइंग लॉन्ग सेंटेंसेस लाइक शताब्दी ट्रेन. वो क्यों पॉज नहीं करते, अकलाने वाले? कौन बताना चाहेगा क्विकली? हाँ, निर्मल बताइए. व्हाई डोंट
सर
पीपल? हाँ.
सर
हाँ.
वो उनको लगता है कि ए, एक बार गाड़ी रुक गई तो फिर चालू वापस नहीं होगी।
हाँ, एकदम ठीक कह रहे हैं. वो बहुत जल्दी में रहते हैं. उनको, उनका ओवरऑल एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स कम्युनिकेशन इज फुल ऑफ फियर, कि ये खतरनाक काम है, बोलना, बात करना, समझाना. इसको जल्दी निपटा के छुट्टी पाओ. फिनिश इट ऑफ एज सुन एज यू कैन. टॉकिंग इज रिस्की, सो एज सुन एज यू कैन फिनिश इट ऑफ, फिनिश इट ऑफ. So that's why they speak fast. And when they speak fast, they stammer even more. So I'll put you in breakout room again. Use the same document and this time use it for pausing. So after every underlined word, stop yourself and take one deep breath. then say the next word. Any doubt, any questions?
सर
हाँ बोलिए।
डॉक्यूमेंट और एक बार सेंड कर कीजिए।
वो डॉक्यूमेंट, अच्छा, मैं अभी आपको लिंक देता हूँ, डोंट वरी।
यस सर।
मैं अभी सबको लिंक दे देता हूँ, वो गूगल डॉक है, सबके लिए खुल जाएगा आराम से। अमोघ, कैसा रहा आपका एक्सपीरियंस पॉजिंग
अच्छा
का?
था सर, अच्छा था सर।
अच्छा। Ankit, will you be able to practice these with your colleagues?
Yep, pausing is the best technique so far.
Yes, yes. But what about prolongation and bouncing?
Prolongation, like it feels a bit like difficult compared to other techniques.
Mhm.
Bouncing is the second best, which I found,
Yes,
and third will be prolongation.
yes. Now the challenge is, will you be able to use it not now, but at some time in your office environment with your colleagues?
Yep, surely. Uh, I could surely use that pausing technique.
Yes. Don't do it now, but after maybe after a couple of weeks, after 3, 4 weeks, when you've done it with other stammerers in TISA group.
Mm,
Uh, when you practice it with other TISA members, then only then after some time you can try it in the office and do it very casually.
sure.
So, and if somebody asks you, what happened? Why are you talking like this? Then you can simply say, I'm just using a new technique.
Yes.
If you take your puff or some tablet in the office, and if somebody says, why are you doing this? How would you react? You will simply say, look, I've got asthma, so I'm taking my puff. Or I've got little this problem, so I'm taking this medicine. So have the same attitude towards stammering techniques also. If somebody says something, simply say, Ki, okay, I'm using a new technique taught to me by a speech therapist.
I will simply say that I am talking slowly.
Again?
I will simply say that I am talking slowly.
You can say
There's
that.
nothing unusual about it.
Definitely, definitely. Yes, sure. Okay, so so we have covered all the 4 techniques: bouncing, prolongation, voluntary stammering, and pausing. And now you have to practice them even more. And I know some people want to know more about more techniques. Some people, they have this attitude of going to a shopping mall with their new credit card. They want to buy the they want to buy the whole shop. They want to buy everything uh, which their eyes take a fancy on. So, but that is not a good attitude. So don't uh, don't fill your head with too many techniques. These 4 techniques can really help you. You don't need to learn any more techniques. If you can practice prolongation, bouncing, voluntary stammering, and pausing, believe me, you can come out of any block. You can give any presentation. You can crack any interview. The only thing is it needs a lot of practice. So you have to do a lot of practice. You can practice it on phone with strangers. You can practice among yourself in TISA group. In TISA group, you can, so many people are, leaving their phone number saying anybody free to practice in English, call me at this number. So you can also do that there, or you can do it in TOPG group also. And you can also practice with your family members. You can tell them, instead of giving them a surprise, recruit them as your accountability manager. Is that a good idea, अभिषेक? अभिषेक, कैसा लगता है आपको? अपनी माता जी को आप अभी अकाउंटेबिलिटी मैनेजर बनाएंगे अपना, जो आपको याद दिलाएं कि बेटा आप बाउंसिंग क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो?
नो सर।
ये आइडिया कैसा है?
सर बेसिकली सर मैं सर रहता बाहर हूँ तो मैं उस पर ऑप्शन है नहीं बेसिकली सर।
अच्छा।
तो
बट
अम, हम्म
व्हाट
No,
अबाउट
sir, please continue.
अमोघ 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 आपके आपके दिमाग में कोई ऐसा इंसान है जो आपके लिए अकाउंटेबिलिटी इंश्योर कर सकता है फैमिली में, जो आपको बीच बीच में याद दिलाए कि बेटा थोड़ा सा बाउंस कर लो? या आपकी वाइफ या और कोई परिवार में?
ये सब मतलब अभी आपने जो हमें टेक्निक सिखाया है, ये
हाँ।
अगर मुझे अकाउंटेबिलिटी करना है तो
हाँ।
ये अकाउंटेबिलिटी चेक करने के लिए खुद के लिए मैं ही काफी हूँ।
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। गुड। Good. But sometime I have seen that when you do something new at home and somebody makes a casual comment, you get discouraged and then you stop using that technique at totally. I know some people who were doing wonderful bouncing in my presence when they came here. And after 1 week, when they went home, they had stopped it. So I said, why have you stopped it? They said, well, my mother said, ये कैसा तेरा हकलाने का तरीका है? इससे तो पहले जो हकलाता था वही अच्छा था. Your old stammering was much better than this artificial kind of talk you've started now. So your family can be your opponent or they can become your partners in change, partner in change. You can turn them into your accountability assistants who can remind you कि बेटा तुमने आज दो स्ट्रेंजर कॉल नहीं करी, कर लो. तो सोचना इसके बारे में. आप सोचना कि हाउ यू कैन यूटिलाइज योर स्पाउस, योर मदर, योर younger brother or your siblings into this big change, because believe me, it's going to be a very big change for you and for them also, because for many of them it's very mysterious. My son was stammering in a particular way. It was more like his signature call, signature tune. Now suddenly it has changed. Now he starts every word with ba ba ba, bouncing. What is this bouncing? So think about it, how you can convert potential resistance into potential support for yourself. Okay, and now I'll very quickly I'll show you the MOOC page where you have to do the core task, and we'll just discuss that. And after that, we are going to call the end. So I hope everybody has finished module 1 by doing those 4 tasks, 1.1 to 2, 3, 4. If you have not done, please finish it off. There, those that module was very simple. And then start with module 2. In module 2.1, you have to make a video on these 4 techniques, giving a good demo and explanation. And examples are here. Right here, you can see some examples. And some examples are here also. There are 124 class comments. If you look at these videos, you'll get a pretty good idea what past students have done. So you have to make these videos and submit them all to the submission form. Please put it to submission form, because then I can get a neat interface where I can see everybody's video and check them and leave my comment. So that's it. Thank you so much. I'll just take a couple of questions before we wind up. So does anyone have any question, any doubt, any comments? Dheeraj.
Like,
Both Dheeraj. Go on, Dheeraj.
sir, sometime like last year, I was using posing technique very well.
Hmm.
And after few months, I was getting this thought, the fear of stammering thought,
Hmm.
which came into my mind whenever I was taking a pose. Then after the pose, which the sentence which I have to spoke, in that sentence, my doubt is building up. I was getting block after the posing. So how can we remove that fear of block or the stammer after like when we take a pose?
Hmm. Hmm. Fear of stammering will keep coming back for some time. And the best antidote for that fear, that phobia, is to do some voluntary stammering early in the day, in the morning. In the morning, if you can call two strangers, or you can, or even just call a friend, And even if nobody is there, if you're all alone, just get up and do some voluntary stammering. My name is Satyendra. I'm going to I'm going to crack this interview. Say something. You can do your positive affirmations in this with voluntary stammering. I'm a nice person. I'm a wonderful person. I'm going to conquer the world today. I'm going to finish uh, all my deadlines today. I'm going to get on top of my work. I'm going to gym just now and I'm going to crunch it today. Say something like this. So even your positive affirmations can give you a chance to do some voluntary stammering. Voluntary stammering is the only thing which is going to take that fear away. Because when you stammer purposely, voluntarily, willingly, then the fear of accidents goes down.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
It's almost like if you had a riding accident and then you develop fear about horses, that fear of horses will go away only by starting riding again. That fear will not go away by riding a mule or donkey. you have to you have to ride a horse to get rid of that fear. So that's it. Uh, yeah, Lalit Prasad, your question.
Yeah, good evening, sir. My doubt is whether we should use all the techniques while we speak, or a particular technique at particular times.
You should practice all the techniques. Okay, now let me invite Bhushan.
Okay, so
Bhushan, बोलिए भूषण.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have to give one or two comments for this session.
Yeah.
Sir, if you take a census of all these four techniques to all the students, then no one will keep voluntary stuttering on the first place, and everyone will keep the pausing technique on the first place, but they don't know the pausing technique, how to implement it, and it is very difficult to implement the pausing technique in the real world, because you have to that kind of a stability in the mind for implementing this pausing technique. So I think voluntary stammering is one of the best technique to use, and actually we have that mindset to how to go into the stammering condition and come out of that.
Yes.
Yes,
Very
and
correct.
again I have to कमेंट ऑन वन थिंग लाइक हमको इतना प्रैक्टिस करना है, इतना चार टेक्निक पे प्रैक्टिस करना है कि हमारे यहाँ पे मराठी में एक फ्रेज है, रोज मरे त्याला कोण रडे, यानी अगर आप एक बार मरेंगे तो आप पे लोग रोएंगे, आप रोज रोज बार बार मरेंगे तो आप पे कोई रोएगा भी नहीं, आपकी तरफ कोई ध्यान भी नहीं देगा। तो आपको इतनी प्रैक्टिस करने की है कि आपको कोई आपकी तरफ भी कोई देखेगा नहीं, आपकी तरफ कोई ध्यान नहीं देगा, और आपकी प्रैक्टिस से यू विल कम टू दैट परफेक्शन के, और आपको अच्छा वो स्टेबिलिटी भी आएगी और कॉन्फिडेंस भी आएगा। सो थैंक यू फॉर दिस सेशन।
थैंक यू सो मच भूषण. एंड देयरफॉर आई विल रिक्वेस्ट, अभी तो आप लोग 2.1 में वीडियोस बनाएंगे, बट आफ्टर कपल ऑफ डेज आई विल बी रिक्वेस्टिंग यू टू call strangers and record the call and share the call in the group where you do voluntary stammering, where you do pausing or prolongation or pausing. So stranger के साथ भी करना है, असली चैलेंज वही है. तो ये हम लोग करेंगे. So, okay, guys, thank you so much. Let us call it a night now. We can't call it a
Yes.
it's almost like a night. So, हारून आपका सवाल बच गया है, मैं आपसे अलग से बात कर लूंगा बाद में. तो थैंक यू सो मच. और भी कोई सवाल अगर है तो आप ग्रुप में एज ए ऑडियो छोड़ सकते हैं या एज ए टेक्स्ट एंड विल बी आंसरिंग दैट. बट मेक लॉट ऑफ वीडियोज, डू लॉट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस एंड कीप स्माइलिंग. थैंक यू
Yes.
सो मच एवरीवन.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you everyone.